left side. That's right. That's where I want her. Bend her a little left.
So that's better with your right calf. I'd even like a little right spur, and then your outside rein like to your kneecap. And yeah, just hold pressure in it until he gives down. Don't give up if he doesn't give. Make his body move around. It's a bit of a weird warm-up, but there's a bunch of horses out there like him that are really high in the head and neck, which gives us a lot of access to good things. But in the warm-up, you have to be able to be like, yep, we're just going to run around and work this down and put your leg on so that he gets rounder because you're pushing pressure on even though he's running. Yep. I want to see your right ankle and calf be at there. Don't take it off. Just because he's run, give him more of a job to do. Right? More pressure if he's running. I don't care. Trot, keep circling. Don't take the pressure off. Good with your right leg. Don't take the pressure off. Right? Because remember, release of pressure is a release to the horse. Yep. Don't take the pressure off. Just keep turning. Yep. Have pressure in your reins. But keep the leg pressure on as well. That's it. That's it. Keep the pressure in your right leg. Wide hands. Yep, really wide. Right, so you said it kind of went successful with side rein, so you be a side rein. Right, really wide and low, and push his body around. Yep, wide and low. Your hands, wide and low. Right now they're here. I want, yeah, really wide. Yeah, like that. Exactly. Yeah, keep him like that. He's got to just get over that. He's been Pessoa lunged like 15 times, right? So he is used to that pressure. You just have to be like, yeah, get over it. I don't mind. Yep, he can threaten to canter. I don't mind. I don't mind. Trot. What he's shown us so far is that he's willing to kind of push against pressure to get what he wants. Right? So what I'm looking for is that you can keep the pressure on and be like, actually, the pressure doesn't release until you do.
Opportunity to train for the things that are scary. Good. Relax your head.
Why don't you do it in canter, right? Because when he's like that, you're still riding a bit backwards, right? And he's already not going anywhere with his head to you, so you have to be able to start getting comfortable riding out to contact and wrapping your calf on him, right? I know he's super small and can get really high in his head and neck, so it puts you in the back seat. But a horse like this, even though, like, you know, again, the neck up thing is actually a good thing in most of it, but you have to teach him, like, a little bit like what Megan did, right? A little bit like what Megan did when she first rode him that day, was still very forward and very low thinking.
Left leg back. Tap on your left shoulder. Tap on top and go.
Good. So in the walk, that's good because I can see your toe turned out and your spur on, and you'll be able to see that in the video where when he's kind of moving, your leg gets a little bit out and in front because he's throwing you in the back seat, right? So it's making you push your heel out in front, which is fair. You just want to be able to work him thinking about being forward. Go ahead and canter. It's easier to work it out in the canter and then the trot, but whatever makes you ride forward to the rein. Yeah? Gallop, forward. Good. Come on. You're cantering in place. This is last thing from forward. Yep, more. It's getting better, but you got to be able to ride forward to your contact, not backwards. Yep, more forward. You can do it. More forward.
half halt in. Prep for canter. Don't let the line grip. And canter. Right back to canter. Canter. Good job. I'll bend a little. I'll dip a little. Outside rein. Soften on the inside. Again, kick with your two legs. Make a circle. Turn. Good. Your left leg gets to come back a little. Right leg.
Good. That's better as far as the canter, but then I kind of can see your right leg pulled off. Right? So whatever, I mean, it's probably, like, I want it to be both legs, not just your right leg, but keep pushing him to it. Like, keep working him down and forward. Yeah, I don't mind if you're in a light seat, but keep telling him he's got to get lower than that. Like, I want like a stretchy gallop almost.
Pull your saddle to the right.
Because right now, he's kind of getting round when he wants to. Like, even though that was really good moments and he got soft, it's not soft off of, like, training. He's getting soft off, like, when he's like, oh, yeah, okay, that's doable, right? He's got to be able to go, still have the aid, that anytime your leg is on to your rein that he gives. That's much better. Good, a little bit more in the canter if we can. Here's a bit of a different ride, because the rest of them, we couldn't, like, even Sniff, right? Sniff had a bad balance when you would go forward. G wouldn't let you go forward. Right, so this one you have to really motor into the bridle with your calf supporting so that he actually gets over his back, because he's very quick to arch his back and get low. Good, that's better as far as a working frame. I still want it to be stretchy if we can. There, good. Even one notch lower and one notch more forward if we can. Right, because he's really good about going slow and being obedient. But when you start out and you need to get him from your leg to your rein, he kind of ignores that. So I want to see you even more forward. There you go. That canter. Don't take back from it. Keep your right leg on. Pass the girth. Keep that canter out to your hand. Yep. I know it feels backwards now. I can tell that you're not quite sure if that's going to work. But for the future, for his overall training, you have to be in more of a canter than this. This is a very sweet dressage canter, but in order for the trot work to not look the way that it is, he's got to accept that leg. Good, I like the right leg there. Good, open it and push him to the fence. Marching, sorry.
Oops. Okay, he's a weirdo.
Yep, right, yeah, get your stirrup, you're good, or hold it without it, doesn't matter. Right leg, open it up, push it to your outside rein and forward. Yeah. I want to see one notch forward as you open with your right leg. So leg yield forward. So it gives you a job. That's better. Leg yield forward. Good. And then off your outside rein. Leg yield back in, forward. Yep, more. See? So that moment right there is what he's got to get past. So I want to see outside bend and forward without him coming up and against you.
There you go.
Because right now, he's telling me that he puts his head down when he wants to, not off of dressage training, which is fair because he's also had a kid his entire life, so I don't know how they would warm him up. We might just canter first and early, right? But he's still got to be forward from the leg to the rein. Good, stop your hip and trot, and I want you to leg yield off your left leg. We'll canter left. Wide hands, forward. Yep, left leg, left spur on, leg yield out. Yeah, left spur.
That's right.
I'll
So
go
we're not
inside.
swimming.
Left spur. Turn your toe out. There you go, Avi. Good. Right, remember, it's not about if he's feeling straight or feeling like he's falling out yet, right? So there, again, the minute you got a little bit behind him, his head came way up. Let's do that again. So you have to keep that leg connection to push him into that stretchy. Wide hand, leg yield out. Remember, it's not about how it, like if he feels like he's falling out or cutting in, this is about the overall training of the pony, right? So it can have bad moments as long as you're correcting it with the right tools. Super with that left leg. Good. Yep, keep leg yielding him out since he came up. And forward. Yeah, more. Open that left rein, put your spur on, push him out, go forward more.
So we're going to do a couple.
Good, now we're talking left leg, leg yield to the rail, push him out more. Right, warm up, flex there. So the first step, your leg went on and he came up, and then you held the pressure and he went back down. Do that again. Left spur, leg yield to the fence. Yep, more. I want to see more left leg. That's it. Good, now give. Right, because that was the correct response. Your leg went on and he got rounder. So put your hands forward and ride out to your hand now. That's it. Doesn't matter, don't jump off his back or else you're going to teach him that you're going to release pressure when he yells. Right? That would have been a good moment for a little left spur leg yield. There, and then give and go with him and ride forward. Like hands way out here. Yeah, show him a big difference.
So you're going to exaggerate.
Yeah, hands way out in front.
Because she's okay and you're
Yeah, left spur. Yeah, way out in front. Go with him. So that he knows a huge difference between no pressure and pressure in the beginning. Left spur, left spur, left spur, left spur. There, give. That's it. Good. Trot. Now we're going to work the trot, but keep leg yielding so you don't take your leg off. Ride forward. Leg yield. Leg yield. Leg yield. There. That's where you want him. Super. Now that's the forward trot we're looking for. Keep coming.
better. Yes.
I know he doesn't want, like, I think every day you're going to have to battle him a bit with his head, but the quicker he gets you convince him that it is leg to rein instead of rein backwards when his head's in your nose, right? The quicker he'll start to break through that. Because we want him to build this muscle that I think he's lacking quite a bit of right behind the saddle. So he's got to push behind because he's long, right? He's got to push to a stretchy frame. He's got to be even lower than this. He's starting to fake you out, right? I don't see any right leg on. Yep, and when your leg goes on in the trot, he comes up. So leg yield to the fence, to your outside rein. And go forward. Add energy in your seat.
Better.
That's it. Good job, Abby. And do
the
that again.
That's the connection.
I'd still, even though it feels like you're running, again, for warm up, inside leg, push him over. And I want to see a notch forward until he doesn't come up, he goes down. Good. Yep, turn in, push him out again.
You're helping her get over her fear.
I can tell. I'm not trying to be like mean about it either, because
she needs this.
Yeah, like
Because
there's
I
just
can
got to
tell
be
she's
one more.
scared.
I can too. One more notch past that. But what happens is you ride backwards. That's the first time I'd seen him pop up. So even though, like, obviously that's what we're trying to avoid, and it feels. I've been in a situation on a horse like this where it feels scarier to really ride them out when they're like that, because you're like, well, what are they gonna do? It actually is worse if they're already up like this and you pull, because then he's got nowhere to go. That's it, Abby. Let's change left and push him out.